Hi everyone, Miss Emily here, and I'm gonna lead story time for you today. Are you ready for story time? We clap and say hello, we clap and say hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and say hello. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and say hello. We stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and say hello. Great job, everybody. This week, we're gonna learn about beavers. Can you say beaver? Say beaver. Good job. Can you say beaver with a happy face? Beaver. Beaver. Good job. Can you say beaver with a sad face? Beaver. Beaver. Good job. I think there might be a beaver hiding around here somewhere. And if we say beaver really, really loud, it might come out. Can you say beaver really, really loud? Beaver! I think I hear the beaver coming. Here he is. This is a beaver. Beavers always live near the water. They're very good swimmers. They have these very strong hands and feet that are webbed and perfect for swimming through the water. Their fur is covered in a little bit of an oil, and it helps to keep their fur dry when they're in the water and to help keep them warm. Something that a lot of people know about beavers is that they have these really big, strong tails. And these big, strong tails are very useful for them. They use them to help them build. Beavers change nature more than any other animal besides people. So you could call him a building beaver or a builder beaver. Can you say builder beaver? Builder beaver. Good job. So beavers use their tails to help them build. They also use their tails to help them swim. And if they get scared, they might slap their tail on the top of the water to warn other beavers that there's danger nearby. Now, the other famous part of the beaver that a lot of people know of is this. What part of the beaver is this? These are its what? Its teeth. Beavers have really big, strong teeth. And I actually have a model of a real beaver skull here to share with you today. This is what a real beaver skull looks like, which are like its bones. This is what its head looks like. So you can see that in the back, beaver have these like wide, flat teeth in the back of their mouth. This helps them to chew on leaves. They'll chew on leaves by grinding them up just like that with those back teeth. But these big front teeth are a lot different. What color are these teeth? They're orange, right? They're not white like you would think with a lot of teeth or like its back teeth. These teeth are really, really, really strong teeth. And do you know what they do with these front teeth? What do they chew on? Wood. They use these teeth to help them chew down trees. And I have a real beaver chew right here. So this is a real tree that an actual beaver chewed down. And if you look closely at the tree, you can see all of the teeth marks where the beaver was biting into the tree. So the beaver turned its head to the side and chewed on that tree. And when beavers do that, they do it because they're trying to get the tree to break and fall down. Once the tree falls down, they'll push it through the water to where they're going to build their dam or their lodge, which is the name of the house where they live. And they'll use that big, strong tail to slap and put mud into their dam or onto their lodge. So that's how their tail helps them build. So cool, right? Building beavers. They're amazing. We're gonna now pretend to be beavers by singing a song and doing a few dance moves. So, can everybody stand up and pretend to be a beaver with me? If you know the words to this song, you can feel free to sing along. Now, we're gonna do 3 different dance moves in this song, and I'm gonna show them to you before I start singing. So, the first dance move that we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend like our arm is a beaver tail. And we're gonna slap our tail in the water. Can you pretend like you're slapping your beaver tail behind you? And you can try it with the other arm, slap. Good job. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend like we have 2 big beaver teeth in the front and like we're chewing on wood. Good job. And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend we're beavers swimming in the water. Can you pretend to swim? Very good. Okay, we're gonna start the song now. Do what I do and feel free to sing along if you know the words. Ready? If you're a beaver and you know it, slap your tail. If you're a beaver and you know it, slap your tail. If you're a beaver and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a beaver and you know it, slap your tail. If you're a beaver and you know it, chew on wood. If you're a beaver and you know it, chew on wood. If you're a beaver and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a beaver and you know it, chew on wood. Good job. If you're a beaver and you know it, swim in the water. If you're a beaver and you know it, swim in the water. If you're a beaver and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a beaver and you know it, swim in the water. Great job, beavers, great job. Now we're gonna count some beavers on the felt board. Can everybody sit down on the rug when I use the felt board? Good job. How many beavers do I have on the felt board? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little beavers sitting on a dam. 1 jumped off, woo, and away he swam. Now how many beavers do I have on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little beavers sitting on a dam. 1 jumped off, woo, and away he swam. Now how many beavers are on the board? 1, 2, 3. 3 little beavers sitting on a dam. 1 jumped off, boo, and away he swam. Now how many beavers are on the board? 1, 2. 2 little beavers sitting on a dam. 1 jumped off, and away he swam. Now how many beavers are on the board? Just 1. 1 little beaver sitting on the dam. He jumped off and away he swam. Now how many beavers are on the board? None. Bye, beavers. Okay, we have one more song before the end of story time. And in this song, I'm gonna say beaver, beaver, and then I'm gonna say an action for you to do. So when I say beaver, beaver, I'm talking to you. You're pretending to be a beaver. And then you're gonna do whatever beaver action I tell you to do. And I'm gonna do them along with you, so you can just copy my moves. Ready? Beaver, beaver, turn around. Beaver, beaver, touch the ground. Beaver, beaver, do a dance. Beaver, beaver, chew on plants. Beaver, beaver, jump in the water. Beaver, beaver, hide from otter. Otters eat beavers. Ooh! Beaver, beaver, move your feet. Beaver, Beaver, have a seat.
Great job, Beavers, great job. Now, normally, if you were here today, we would take a hike and we would walk to a place where a beaver might live in Clay Pit. There's no beavers that live in Clay Pit Ponds State Park Preserve, but there are beavers that live on Staten Island or that have lived on Staten Island within the past few years. And those beavers lived at Richmond Town in Richmond Creek. You could go to Richmond Town and see if you can find any evidence of beavers, like that beaver chew that I showed you earlier. There might still be some trees that have been chewed by the beavers where you can see the marks that they left behind. Something that you could do this week instead of taking a hike is you could pretend to build a beaver dam. You can do this by gathering a lot of sticks and logs and then arranging them in a way where they look like a beaver dam or a beaver lodge. And then you can smack mud onto it like we did with our beaver tails, and you can even add some moss to make it a little bit comfier. So building a beaver dam is a really fun activity that you could do this week. All right, that's all I have to say about beavers. Are you ready to sing the goodbye song? We clap to say goodbye, we clap to say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we clap to say goodbye. We wave to say goodbye, we wave to say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we wave to say goodbye. We stomp to say goodbye, we stomp to say goodbye. With our friends at story time, we stomp to say goodbye. Great job, everybody. I'll see you next week.